So as important as text files are in Ubuntu or in any Linux OS, we've got to have a way to edit them, right? So there's a couple of tools here that we have that are built into an Ubuntu server. VIM and Nano. So VIM is based on VI, which is a super powerful text editor, but it's got a much steeper learning curve. Nano is typically much simpler for people to learn and to use quickly. Although you can do some amazing things with editing files in Vim. So we'll just do a real brief introduction to both. So I'm going to create a new file. So I'm going to type VIM. Actually, let me just do VIM without creating a new file. This will just tell us a little bit about it. Vim, VI improved version number. And then this gives you a couple of things here. :Q to quit, :help to, or F1 to get help. Can't think for a minute. And then shows you how to get your version info as well. So I'm going to go ahead and do :Q just to get us out. And now we're going to create a new file. So I'm going to do VI, and I'm just going to call this, or VIM, and we'll call this file 1. Now this brings us into a new file. Now at this point, I am in command mode. So VI, you've got command and then your insert mode. And so where I'm at, if I hit keys, like I just hit an N, this is no previous regular expression. So different commands are not actually doing anything for me. So I need to get into insert mode. So I'm going to hit the I. There's a few other keys that will get you into insert as well. And now that down here it says I'm in insert mode, now I can start adding content to the file. Okay, and at this point I'm in insert mode until I hit something that takes me out of it. So let me capitalize that. To exit insert mode, hit the ESC key. So I'm going to hit ESC, and that takes me out of insert mode. Now notice, I just hit my I to go back to insert. I'm going to come to the end of my period and then escape, and you'll notice insert has disappeared from down here. Also, this is just something to be aware of. It's not a huge thing. Notice my cursor shifted from after the period to on the period. So now at this point, I am in editing mode, and it's wanting, or command mode, and it's wanting to take commands that I hit rather than insert mode. Whoops, escape out of that. Insert mode, which will allow me to add more data or change data to the file. Okay, now to exit, I'm going to do the :, and then Q is going to exit, but W is going to write the file. So if I do :WQ, it will write and quit. So let me LSL, and then I'm going to cat file 1, and you can see the data that we put in there. So to edit the file again, VIM file 1, it opens up the file, and then I can do whatever I want. So this is, one thing to be aware of. Let me just show you this real quick. I'm going to change this back to, whoops, wrong key. I want to insert, and I'm going to change data back to content. And then escape and go to quit. And when I go to quit, it says, problem here. No write since the last change. Add the exclamation point to override. So press enter or type a command to continue. So I'm going to do :Q exclamation point, and that will exit without saving. So up here I changed it back to content, but if I cat file 1, you're going to see it's still data because I saved without editing the file. Or without, let me try that again. I exited without saving the file. Okay, perfect. Now let's take a look at the nano command. So nano, this is going to pop up a new editor, and it's going to tell me I've got a new buffer, and I can immediately start typing. So I don't have that command mode in the insert mode. Down here, I have a bunch of notifications of key sequences. So Control G will get help. Let me do Control X to close that. Control X will exit. Control R to read file. Where is replace, cut, paste? Okay, so let me Control X. I'm not going to save my changes. And I want to nano file 1. So now I'm going to start. Let's just add some content down here. Nano does not require to go to insert mode. So I can just start typing right away. So a little more intuitive. And then if I want to save the file, Control O will write out. It asks me to confirm the file name. File name to write file 1, hit enter. Control X to exit. Let's go ahead and go back in again. This is some more content just to make a change. Control O or Control X to exit. And it asks me, okay, you made some changes. Do you want to save the modified buffer? Do you want to save the new file? Yes or no? I'm going to say yes, file 1. It doesn't ask me to go in and do some of those commands again. So if I cat file 1, you'll see the changes that we made in Vim and the changes that we made in Nano. So those are a couple of commands that you can use to edit files or to create your own text documents or configurations or shell scripts, which is something we'll talk about a little bit later.